Hi friends, this is Seth Gruber with Life Training Institute, and this is my series of pro-life training videos called Pro-Life Thinking Thursdays, where each week I examine an argument for abortion and provide the pro-life response and rationale to that argument. And I do this in hopes that you will feel equipped with the tools you need to defend your pro-life beliefs and convictions to your friends, family members, and coworkers, and to do so in a way that's gracious, compelling, and persuasive. And this is episode 7, and this week I wanted to examine an argument for abortion from the pro-choice advocates that is more of a legal argument. And this is how the argument goes. We're told by pro-choice advocates that abortion needs to remain legal because if abortion is made illegal, women will die from unsafe back alley abortions. Now, before we begin to formulate a pro-life response to this argument, we need to recognize what type of reasoning is going on in this argument. When we're told that abortion needs to remain legal, because if it's made illegal, women will die from unsafe back alley abortions, this is tantamount to saying that because some people die trying to kill others, the state should make it safe and legal for them to do so. Let me repeat that and break it down for you. This argument is tantamount to saying that because some people, pregnant mothers, die trying to kill others, others being their unborn children, the state should make it safe and legal for these mothers to kill their unborn children. This is ludicrous reasoning that we would not accept if it were any other type of situation. For example, let's assume that 2 bank robbers have been very successful touring California, robbing millions from banks. And one of them gets hurt and apprehended by a civilian while trying to escape with the money. Who of us would stand up and argue that because this bank robber got hurt and injured in the process of robbing a bank, we should legalize bank robbery? Because these poor bank robbers are getting hurt while trying to break the law, doing something that is immoral and illegal. If something is wrong, it's wrong regardless of the consequences of forbidding that thing. So when pro-choice advocates argue that abortion needs to remain legal because if it's made illegal, women will die from unsafe back alley abortions, they're essentially arguing that because some people die trying to kill others, the state should make it safe and legal for them to do so. And this type of argument assumes that the unborn child is not a human being, because we wouldn't accept that type of rationale and reasoning if the situation were something like bank robbery. Now, furthermore, when we hear that abortion needs to remain legal because of the consequences of forbidding it, I believe that this view is actually very demeaning to women. To say that abortion needs to remain legal because if it's made illegal, women will be forced into the back alley abortion clinics of America is actually a very demeaning view that assumes that women will have no other options but to choose abortion. That women need abortion so bad that even if it's made illegal, they're going to have to go to unsafe back alley coat hanger abortions. That's a very demeaning view to women that assumes that that is their only option. I, along with the rest of the pro-life advocates, actually think a lot more highly of women. That when faced with an unplanned pregnancy, they are strong enough to not choose killing their unborn child, but to choose parenting or adoption. And lastly, Mary Ann Warren, who is an abortion choice philosopher, in an article she wrote called On the Moral and Legal Status of Abortion in 1984, acknowledged that this type of argument was a very bad argument. She said, quote, "The fact that restricting access to abortion has tragic side effects does not in itself show that the restrictions are unjustified, since murder is wrong regardless of the consequences of forbidding it." So if something is truly morally wrong, it's wrong regardless of the consequences of forbidding that thing. And to argue that abortion needs to remain legal because of the consequences of forbidding it is tantamount to saying that because some people die trying to kill others, the state should make it safe and legal for them to do so. And that's not a type of reasoning or rationale we would accept for any type of born people. So we shouldn't accept it for unborn children who are just as valuable as you and I. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to being with you next week for Pro-Life Thinking Thursdays.